a single footstep, a journey begins. A quest to inspire. Through relentless persistence for a common goal. Together with family and friends. That goal ultimately achieve success. Okay. Okay. That is Bout Hunt. This segment of Tech Tips brought to you by J&D Archery Shop, your place for all your archery needs.
Hey gang, it's Tim Samick here. Welcome to this week's Bout Huntin Tech Tip brought to you by J&D Archery and Jack Overton, our resident professional archery man who works with Bout Huntin very, very closely. We're going to talk about selecting a bow today that's right for you. Lengths, draw weights, something that fits you, and we think and we know that you're the person to start off, to go to the professional right off the bat and see what he can tell you. Yes, I have, Jack set me up with, my PSE Premonition. Jack and Dennis and I are longtime PSE shooters, and we love our PSEs, but not only is there PSE, there are other brands out there, but to pick the right bow for you, we want PSE. Yes. Yes. We're looking for PSE. So we're going to go over that. So stay tuned. We'll be right back. Hey gang, welcome back. All right, Jack, I'm somebody coming in off the street. I'm buying a bow for a first time. What are you going to start the conversation off with? How are you going to start to direct them right off the bat?
I usually ask them what length of bow they want, like a long bow or short bow, if they're hunting out of a tree stand or a ground blind. Okay.
Is there any particular advantage to having a longer bow for a tree stand or a ground blind as opposed to a shorter axle bow? I'm assuming that's what you're talking about, axle, right?
Right. Shorter bow is better for a tree stand and a ground blind because you got less bow to move around. Right. In the blind or the tree stand. Okay. All right.
So there's one tip you're going to be looking at right off the bat. I guess the next thing that you're going to be talking about would be draw length, poundage maybe that they could handle, especially if they've never shot a bow before and it's their first bow. I mean, you're probably looking for something relatively basic. Are you looking for 2 cams, 1 cam, a cam and a wheel, or doesn't it matter?
It doesn't really matter. Okay. Cam-wise, they're all about the same. Usually we check the draw length, find out what their draw length is, check the draw length, get it set up for them, and then we'll decide what equipment they want on it and all that stuff.
Right, all the accoutrements. I mean, you can see I have a sight, I have all the green stuff on it, silencers, this, that, and the other thing. I know one thing that we've run into a little bit with dual cams sometimes. What do you think for a beginner? Are dual cams something that you would go with for a beginner? I remember when you and I first started, when we came in, and Dennis and I, we bought our new bows and stuff, pulling that back and giving that a solid anchor, is that something you might recommend, or doesn't it really matter?
It doesn't really matter anymore. Okay. They're basically all about the same. Oh, okay. It just,
you get a good solid end feel, and it's just preference anyway. Yeah. And I mean, and again, you could see, I mean, there are all kinds of things we could talk about. Camouflage. We have the PSE skull camo on here. That's what we shoot at Wild Bout Huntin. That's actually my son's Drive LT behind you. Again, it's in the PSE skull camo. So you could get mossy oak. There are just various things, different kind of straps. But I think what we want to go over is the basic stuff. And so right now we want to talk about maybe draw length.
Draw length.
Because that's hugely important,
Right.
and what fits for them. So I'm going to go ahead and slide my hand in. I mean, do you want to talk about grip? Go ahead and direct me in grip as if I'm somebody who is brand new and doesn't know what they're doing as far as gripping a compound bow for the first time in their life.
Mm-hmm. Usually I tell them to put the bow up in here like this with your fingers, not tight around it. Run the left-hand side of the riser, the bow, right along the ridge of your hand in here.
Okay.
And hold it like that.
Okay, so we're going to be doing a little bit like this here.
Yep.
All right. And then we're looking for draw length. Now, I shoot a release, but to give everybody a basic idea of what draw length is, I'll just go ahead and I'll grab it and I'll draw it back, and then you can kind of explain draw length.
Yes. Your draw.
Like I said, I usually shoot a release, so
Yeah.
I have a kisser button on here and everything else, but go ahead, you talk about
Yeah,
it.
your draw length is, you don't want your arm out too straight, or you don't want your arm bent too much. You want it pretty well like Tim has it here, just bent out a little bit, and that gives you your draw length.
All right, and so we're going to talk about a good solid anchor point somewhere. Do you recommend a kisser button for beginners?
Yeah,
Or-
for a beginner,
Yeah,
you
for
should have a
beginners
kisser
even?
button.
Okay. And I shoot a peep sight, and as I said again, I shoot a release. So when I bring mine back, I get a good solid anchor by anchoring my thumb behind my neck and putting that kisser button in the corner, but it's a little off because I don't have that on.
Yes.
But draw length, guys, it's very important.
Yes, you got to have the right draw length.
Without that, you can't even start. But we'll continue. We'll be back in a minute. Hang in there with us. J&D Archery Tech Tips, Jack Overton. We'll be right back.
There's something new in the woods. Bucks and Beards Scents.
At Wild Bout Huntin', we only trust Bucks and Beards food plot blends. Whether we're at our property, planting and hunting in New York State.
Thanks, brother. We're right back here at home in northeastern Pennsylvania.
No matter where you plant or hunt this fall,
Your deer deserves the best nutrition. Put something new in the woods this year.
Bucks and Beards food plot blends.
So order yours today at www.bucksandbeardscents.com. Tell them the boys from Wild Bout Huntin' sent you.
Hey, welcome back, guys. Well, we just finished up with draw length. That probably being the number one issue that we're going to deal with when we're looking at a new bow. Draw length, draw weight.
Draw weight.
Both, are they adjustable?
Yes.
Okay, so both things are adjustable, and I think they're adjustable to a
Pretty
wide
adjustable.
range. Right.
Really, right.
And other than that, we're just getting back into kind of what are the little things that you might want. When you're talking about a basic bow, okay, for somebody to come in right off the street, what are we talking about? How are we going to get that set up? What does it come with? And give us a price range.
All right, but we could start out with the Stinger,
Okay?
and that has a sight, rest, stabilizer, quiver, just about everything you need for right around $400.
Awesome. That is a great price. When he talks
Start
about
out.
sight and everything, all right, you got your sight, you got your rest right here, quiver on the side, stabilizers all over the place, ready to shoot right out of the box, ready to roll,
Right.
set it up. And the last thing I think that we wanted to touch base on is basic overall comfort. I think when you pick up a bow, you were talking about it earlier, the comfort level. How does it feel in your hand, right?
Right.
So, does it feel good? I know that we shoot PSE. I shoot the Premonition. You're a PSE shooter, so we like how they feel in our hand, but that's to everyone's matter and how they like it. So, Other than that, it's all the accoutrements. I say stay basic. I've heard you say that before. Yep. Don't get too crazy when you're a beginner. I mean, Jack, talk about a sight. Everything on there. You got levels, you got bubbles, you got center this, do that. Basic stuff.
Basic, yeah.
Right? And just practice, practice, practice. Get used to your equipment and practice. And get used to your consistent form, right? That's a big key.
Right.
Consistent form. So we've gone over all the basic things that somebody might want to know when they're coming to you for a basic archery equipment to get started into the archery world and get started shooting a bow and arrow. So tell us, Jack, how do people get in touch with you?
You can call me at 570-455-1798.
Down here at J&D Archery, Jack Overton. He is your man. We will lead into next week's tech tip, and that is going to be how to choose an arrow and how to match a broadhead, arrow spines, stuff like that. So you come back, stay with us. Tech tips, Wild Bout Huntin, J&D Archery, Jack Overton. Thanks a lot,
yes,
Jack,
everybody.
for your time today. We'll see you. Come back again sometime. And this is take 3 because we have all kinds of street noise out there. You people think this is easy. All right, here we go.
How was that?